contribution in national development. And this will be coming to you by the Editorial and Publicity Group, EPG, of the National Service Corps members, represented highly, fully by Meju Treasure and David Barry Emmanuel. So these people are going to be talking about this core issue today, the youth contribution in national development, and they are from the Editorial and Publicity Group, EPG, of the National Service Corps. So Emmanuel and Treasure, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you very much, Sadia.
All right, you're highly welcome. And so today the topic is going to be youth contribution in national development. But before we even dive into the topic for today, let's look at what we mean by youth. Let me introduce this. When we say youth, we mean an individual between adolescence and maturity. According to the Nigerian Constitution, a person is considered a youth when he or she attains the age of 18 years to 40 years of age. 18 to 40 years. So if you're 41, you're not you're not youth. 41, 42, and 50. But from 18 to 18 to 40, they are all youth. So stop saying 25 is old, 30. We are all young. We are all young people. All right, so that's for the youth. And also, let's talk about contribution. Contribution, this is a part played by a person in bringing about a result or helping something to advance. We have the youth as an individual from the age of 18 to 40, while contribution is a part being played by individual to bring a result, to bring about a result or help something to advance. Then now let's talk about the main issue, which is national development. National development is the ability for a country to improve the welfare of its citizens. It is the ability of a country to improve the welfare of its citizens. So the topic simply means the part young people play to improve the welfare of our country, Nigeria. Youth are considered as the future of a country, hence they have a vital role to play in the development of the country. In the course of discussion, we would also be outlining some of the NYSC CDS activities of core members that has positively contributed to the welfare of their host communities, because we believe we have something called CDS. All right, so we're going to also look into that. How has that CDS also brought any improvement or positive contribution into the lives of our host communities? So, Treasure, I have this question for you. Let me start with you.
Okay.
So, Treasure, what is the power of a youth in national building? Or nations building, nations building?
All right, Sadia. Thank you very much. With the youth, there's a saying that goes that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah,
now, for we to be considered as the leaders of tomorrow means we have a particular power that is in our hands, which we need to exercise in the course of national building or nations building. Now, young people have ideas and creativity and great energy to shape the world. If you look at so many innovations, inventions, and things that are being done today for a nation's growth is highly done mainly by the youth. They have this energy, they have this, should I call it a supernatural power?
Yeah, they do, of course.
You see, they have these ideas. You know that we are young minds. You cannot compare what I'm thinking to that of a 40-year-old with that of a 50-year-old man. You understand? I have the energy, I have the idea, I have the mindset, I have everything. Now, youth, they are full of hope. And through innovation and imagination, they are problem savers. You understand? As a youth, you're going through stuff, as in we always find solutions to so many things because that ability to think is there, that ability to explore, to want to explore is there. They play a crucial role in the prospect for development and should be included in all national development plans. Like I said before, the youth are considered as the leaders of tomorrow. And if we want to really attain that particular adage or saying, then youth should be considered in national plans because we have the power, we have the mindset, we have the ideas, we have the innovations that will better a country like ours, Nigeria. Thank you.
So thank you very much for that. So basically, you're trying to say the youth have power because they have the they are young and fresh,
Yes.
so their minds, their brain, and everything is still very fresh.
Very,
so
very
they have
fresh.
the energy, the mindset to actually actualize whatever it is that they want to actualize.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for that. Let me come to you, Emmanuel. What are some of the contributions of youth in nations building?
Thank you very much. So when we talk about contributions, there are a lot of contributions that youth can bring to the society. First off, is the human capital development. Now we know that for a community or a society to function properly, a lot of people have to be employed. For the society to function, there has to be a lot of people doing the work, and that is what we call human capital. And we find countries like Canada where there has been that low amount of human capital, which has become responsible for the high amount of immigration that is taking place there right now. But you see, in Nigeria, we have a lot of youths. The unemployment rate is high. And this is indicative of the fact that there are a lot of youths that are ready to move into the, what do we call it now, the working sector. And that is indicative of the fact that the youths are ready to contribute heavily into human capital development. Another thing that youth can contribute to is peacekeeping. There's a saying that the elders they play the drums of war, and then the youths fight a battle.
Yeah, definitely.
So if the youths choose not to fight a battle,
there will be no war.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I actually believe that the youths have a lot to do when it comes to peacekeeping. Yes, if they're sensitized properly, they can prevent any reasons or prevent any war from happening. A classic example is the civil war that happened, which we all know, which all call the Biafra War. You could recall that a president at that time, General Yakubu Gowon, was the one that was responsible for the formation of the NYSC, because he understood the role that youths can play in uniting the country together. It was youth that lost their lives in the process of the whole war happening, and he believed that youths could unite the country together. And the plan was that those who were in the south can move to the north and understand the culture. Those in the north can move to the south and understand the culture, and then we can get to understand each other and move together. And when we understand each other, there can be peace, because the reason why we fight a lot of the time is because of a lack of understanding. The next thing is, faith-based organizations. When you go to churches, when you go to mosques, you notice that we have a lot of vibrant youths who are contributing massively to the improvement of these faith-based organizations. And we know that faith-based organizations play a very vital role in the community. And the youth play a very massive role when it comes to that. Another thing that, the youths do is, if you notice, especially in Nigeria, a lot of youths are going out of their way to improve their general skills. And in doing that, they are making, how do I put it, they're increasing bringing more development into the community, into the society. You have artists, you have musicians, you have actors who are getting better at their skills. Not just that, we have fashion designers and all that who are getting better at what they do. And because of that, they are creating employment, more job opportunities for other people out there. There are other things that youths do to help, engage in projects like educating rural farmers on the use of advanced farming techniques through the Young Farmers Club. You may have heard of the Young Farmers Club. Clearing and draining of drainages, gutter, and dispensaries. I think it was the last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. All the youths in SOKOTO State, the NYSC, all the core members in NYSC and SOKOTO State gathered at the market, the general market.
You actually saw it.
Yes, you saw that, right?
Yes, right.
And they did a general clear-up. You see, we saved the government a large amount of money doing that. Also, we can help with road cleaning and general sanitization, sinking of ordinary dugout wells, assistance to the less privileged, which we'll talk about later on, because these are things that we've actually done in Sokoto State. There are youth clubs that are used to enlighten fellow youths, men, women, and children on issues affecting them. And these are many more. are the contributions that youth are bringing to the society? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. But I've talked about the power of youth and also talked about some massive contributions that the youth can actually bring. Let me also ask this question. Maybe I should ask you, Treasure.
Okay.
Can you mention some notable youth that has extensively contributed to national building and their contributions?
Okay. Youths have done so many things in national building and development. Now we're going to look at some notable youth. We can't really get all youths to say, so we're going to look at some notable youths. The first one here is Rosemary. She's an actress and model who is currently nominated for an award due to her selfless humanitarian activities to the less privileged as a work of charity. Now, this actress, she just bagged an award, and why? Because of her selfless contribution to humanity. She gives to the less privileged, she provides works of charity and all that. We have David Adeleke, which is popularly known as Davido. He's a singer and songwriter, a musician, international and local. He is a singer and is known for his philanthropy spirit, in which he donates money to students. I was going through social media some time past month, and I saw a situation whereby he gave some students money that he just met them randomly, not like it was an arranged setting. You understand? He met them randomly, and they were complaining of hike in fees, school fees, and all that, and he sorted it out. Now, the government didn't tell him to do that.
Exactly.
You understand? He did it on his own, and that is something that is noted, and we should emulate.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Atiwaje, also known as Waje, who is also a celebrity.
Okay.
According to what she did, she has a foundation which is known as Safe House. And this foundation, it teaches women and children on how to operate computer, as in technological advancement, how to work with these machines and all that. Then we also have Innocent Dibia, popularly known as Two-Face.
Yeah.
Now, Two-Face donated the sum of 3.5 million naira to help cater for those victims of insurgency and banditry. You know that this Boko Haram stuff, where they go to villages, they kill people, scatter their homes, raise with fire, kill their cattle and all that.
Yeah.
Now, this particular citizen donated the sum of 3.5 million to help cater for those victims. And me and you know that money will go a very long way. Now, there are so many youths out there that are developing the country in one way or the other. We might not mention your names here. You might think people are not seeing what you are doing. But I want to say that you guys are the real MVPs. And I want you not to relent in whatever you're doing. Keep it up, because together, me and you can make Nigeria great. Thank you.
I need to clap for you for that. That's true, actually. Thank you very much for that. Sorry, I'm calling you Emmanuel Barry.
Yeah.
We've talked about so many things that the youth have done, even some of the contributions that Treasure actually said right now. I feel there are so many youth out there that have a lot to give. They have so much to contribute.
True.
But some don't even have the platform, or they do not have that that place, or they do not have the ability to actually showcase what they can offer the society. It's not about just money. There are so many things that you can actually teach, which will go a long way in helping. So Barry, let me ask you this: what are some of the problems hindering youth from contributing to national development?
Okay. Thank you. And correction noted. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Barry David.
Yeah. So there are a lot of problems that are actually hindering the youth. It's